So when we last left off, you guys were investigating what George calls chaos grapes and a problem at a winery that was presenting as a plague that led you deep into the foothills, whereupon you found some sort of fey influence, um, summoning or drawing all the villagers out into the wilderness where
I need my paper.
conceivably they've been mutated. Do you have a character?
I have my character.
I gave it back to you.
Oh, it's probably into the stack then. Yeah, it is.
Where there was some sort of fey influence corrupting all of the locals. You traced it down through a forest filled with bright colors and mushrooms and so forth, before encountering some sort of tree-based creature that, after attempting to get you to drink the water, ended up saying, okay, I guess you guys are just going to have to stay here with me, for refusing the gifts and so forth. And sent a couple of her minions, some grass like animated mounds, forward to attack you and subdue you. You managed to dispatch one with several strategically placed firewalls. You got one firewall currently going. I think it's been burning for 2 rounds. And you've taken out one of the creatures. The other one is slightly damaged, and currently approaching you. And we are on round 5 as far as the combat.
Okay.
So, we start off with Erdem, and you are first.
Okay. Has the tree person been doing anything this whole combat, or is
She's been wandering around. The last action, she moved up to the ledge up above.
Okay.
She hasn't been actively engaged in the combat.
I guess I will like to step back for the cover of the firewall and start channeling, I guess.
Okay. What are you gonna channel? Or just channel?
Yeah, just channel.
Okay.
Because it depends on how well I do. Didn't roll that great.
Okay.
It's below 100.
Below 100. Okay. So you attempt to summon the winds of magic and fail. Apparently, they are not responding to you with all the magic going around right now.
I will re-roll it.
Okay, you're gonna use one of your
we got all
recently
those back today.
Yep, all your fortune points have recovered.
Aha, there you go. That's a good roll. That is a 155.
55. Okay, so you got 5 points or 55 points towards your next roll.
Okay.
Okay, Giselle.
I think I'm just gonna move back behind him
You
and
big.
hang out.
Okay, just stay, hide behind him.
Yeah.
Okay. The creature moves forward and then takes a strike at you. And
At
no, at him.
Oh.
And your defense was 48, I believe.
Yes.
Are you going to parry any? And are you down due to hits or anything yet?
Pretty sure I probably am on 30.
Okay, well
Did
that
our
affects your
health go all
channeling
up
too.
too?
Does your health go back up? No.
No.
Your health, no.
Okay.
It goes down by 10, correct?
Yes.
25?
Mhm.
Okay. I'll drop it down by 10 then.
Okay, so you would have had a 45 extra at that point.
Okay. Probably would have done something else then, but whatever.
Okay.
So it's minus 10 on the defense too?
Yes. So that drops you to a 38 currently.
Okay.
You gonna take that or you gonna parry any?
Yeah, we'll take that.
Okay. Okay. You are armor type 6.
Yes.
Okay. It steps forward with a powerful soil-filled fist. Punches you for a 14D.
Okay.
Catches you off guard.
What's the D stand for?
The D is the level of the critical. They range from A, which are fairly minor nuisances, unlikely to really seriously injure you, to an E, which is highly likely to just kill you. So the higher the letter, the more severe it is. Okay. Okay, strikes a nerve in your upper arm, causing you to drop whatever you're carrying.
Okay.
You take 10 hits, and you have 2 rounds of stunned without parry. As the creature slams you hard across the arm. That also, I'm assuming, significantly weakens you as far as hit points.
Yeah.
Since that's like 25 points. Okay? Give me perception rolls.
I got 112.
After penalty?
Okay, so no.
Okay. So less than 112.
Yes.
Okay.
65.
65. Okay. What would you like to do? You are stunned. First round of stun no parry goes away immediately. Second one, you have to do an endurance test.
I'll roll the endurance test first, and if I fail, I'm going to burn a thing to ignore it for the round.
Okay. Which is valid.
Endurance. So that's a no, so I'm going to ignore it for the round.
Okay. Spend a point of resilience.
Yeah. And
So that only ignores it for 1 round?
But that one round that he ignores it, it also recovers. Since he only had 2 rounds, as soon as his action starts, the first round goes away. Then he ignores one. By the time his round comes again, assuming he's not hit a second time, the second one's gone exactly normally.
Okay.
So the second stage is minus 20 on everything? Okay. So I would like to
So you have a plus 45 currently because you're channeling.
minus 20. So okay. I would like to try to cast Cauterize on myself.
On yourself?
Yes.
Well, that's risky
Why?
because it can knock you out.
If I get a minus 6 on my cool, which I have a huge cool, I would have to roll negatives to get a minus 6.
Okay.
I see. I'm pretty sure I succeeded. Yeah, I succeeded with 5, so just get the base Cauterize, so it's D10 wounds. 8. So
40 hit points.
40. Okay.
Okay. So he bursts into flame, covering himself with fire that heals the wounds.
And I don't need to make the cool test because targets without the arcane magic must pass the cool test. So
Okay.
I'm immune to that side effect.
Okay. So as long as you keep casting that, he can stay up. Giselle, what would you like to do?
Let me try and hit him, I guess.
Okay.
Is he scared by the firewall?
He does not seem to be intimidated by the firewall.
Okay.
I don't think that hits him. I can't hit him. It's not a hit.
Okay. You want to use a fortune point to re-roll that, or?
No.
Okay. So the creature goes. It's going to go ahead and slam at you again.
Okay.
You still got a
48 now, because
you're back to healed.
yep.
Okay. 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 48.
48 is how many hit points you have?
This is defense.
Defense.
Oh.
It continues to pummel you. This time for a 9A.
They strengthen between sessions.
No. It's all a matter of rolls. He strikes you in the arm again, giving you a bruise. You take 6 extra hits. And 1 round of must parry, but that'll be gone by the time your action comes up.
Yeah.
Okay, give me another perception roll.
I succeeded with just 100.
Okay.
106.
106. Okay. Both of you over on that glowing stone.
Yeah.
You notice that there is some white smoke coming from it.
Okay.
And it looks like there's a little bit of flame starting to curl up from the bottom of it.
What color flame?
Yellow.
Okay.
looks like fire of some form. Okay. Erdem, what would you like to do?
We've not really hurt this thing, have we?
You have not really seriously hurt it. No, you've struck it once, maybe twice.
Spells I have.
I know. If only you had trained your apprentice to cast spells.
She can cast spells.
I am less successful at casting spells than I am hitting something. I have a 0 for my CN.
No,
Correct.
that's your that's the number you need to target. You need to get 100 effectively. The CN is the number of successes over 100 you need to get. So 0 is actually a very easy spell.
And
Versus
I don't really
like
have a spell that would be
that may be. I don't know.
effective
I don't know if you have
You
any
got dart.
Well, you could.
That's the ranged attack.
Dart is just a basic magic missile type thing. That's a generic one. Animal friendship probably not too useful right now.
And Twitch, you don't have anything to
He doesn't have anything to drop, so that
Drops
doesn't
his
really help
fist.
you. Yeah. But the way spells work is you make a magic roll, and you have to get a certain number. You have to either meet 100 or you have to get above that. Harder spells, you need to get a higher number.
Yeah.
You can also channel, assuming you have channeling, which is what he does every other action, and that builds in additional success.
Do I have channeling? I do have channeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that my... So what do you use as your bonus?
Intelligence.
For spellcasting,
Yeah.
she doesn't have any training in magic.
I think she has like 3 points in the base magic skill.
Okay.
But she also has 100 XP from last session too.
Sure, conceivably. But yeah, you take your intelligence to cast the spell, and you need to break 100. Now, some spells like his firewall have a CN of 6, which means instead of needing 100, he needs 160 to succeed. That's why he channels, because if you channel ahead of time, and say you roll a net 120, you get plus 20 on your next spell casting action, whether it's channeling or casting a spell or whatever. So over the course of a couple of rounds, you can gather the magic together to have the strength to be able to cast the more powerful spells.
Okay.
That's how they equate the longer casting spells by you having to channel. If you try to rush it and you get unlucky, you fail the spell and you waste it all the time. If you get lucky, then you hit the number you need. And if you get unlucky but you are successful, then you might overcast it by getting too big of a success.
How long does it take the drink of healing drop?
Your action? Your standard action?
Too long.
It's not instant.
I will channel with a -10.
Okay.
Is there another reroll? Because I'm rolling bad today. I think that's exceeded with 114 with a -10.
114? Okay.
14.
14 points of channeling. Okay, so now the next action, assuming the next one is to either channel or cast a spell, he automatically gets a plus 14. Okay, and if he channels, whatever his new total is his new bonus that he gets. So in concept, over the course of a couple of rounds, if you're rolling successful, it will build up, at which point then you can cast the more powerful spells.
So channeling basically just gives you a better chance at hitting with the spell.
To successfully cast the spell,
it's,
yes.
It's like taking time to aim with your weapon.
Right, or like in Pathfinder, a 2-action spell versus a 3-action spell. In this case, is by rounds. He's taking effect whatever spell he's going to cast next. He's taking an extra round to cast it by channeling and building up his power. But the problem is everything else is still happening around there. And if he keeps getting hit, he's going to take further penalties.
Right.
That's where the drawback is.
Okay.
So, what would you like to do on yours?
So just let me try casting dart.
I know.
Just straight cast a dart? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, might as well.
Without a channel?
You get, well, what's your intelligence bonus?
He has a high intelligence.
The 46.
46. So you need a 46 plus your roll. You need 101. And dart is just a casted number of 0.
Yes.
I got a 91 plus 46.
Okay, so you succeed. And it goes, what's your total come out to?
131.
131. So you subtract
No, 137.
Every 20 points over your target number, which is 101, you get an extra effect. It can either be extra damage, or it can be extra targets, or it can be extra range.
or duration.
Or duration. So duration doesn't apply in the case of a dart. Range is irrelevant because they're right there. You could, in theory, shoot a dart at both of them if you wish to, or you can do extra damage, extra accuracy at the particular creature. Whatever your choice is as far as
So if I shoot at both of them, I have to use range for that one, right?
It does, but I'm fairly sure it's within range.
It's willpower yards, so
Okay, it might not be in range.
depending on what your willpower is.
My will is 32.
32.
Okay, so if we measure your range, it goes back to there. Measure range from you to that creature. If you wanted to hit it, it's 38 yards away.
Okay, so out of range. So
So we'll just
So you can either
target that one with
right. You can either get a plus 20 to shoot it, or you can do duration.
That's effectively it.
That's effectively it, since you can't shoot the other one. So the way that works is, we were discussing this last time as far as the dart spell. You make what's called in Rolemaster a shock bolt attack. It's a very basic, straightforward attack. It's still your casting roll, so your intelligence. In this case, because you overcast the spell, you get a plus 20. Okay, and that's your attack bonus versus its defense and its
So
armor
I
type.
get the intelligence bonus plus 20, which
Uh-huh.
is 66.
And a roll.
And what do I have to?
Make another roll, and we'll see how well you strike the creature.
So 66 plus 14.
66 plus 20. Wait, I'm sorry, what'd you roll?
14.
14, okay. So,
And I gotta get above 100?
no, at this point, it's like a weapon table.
Okay.
So 66 plus 14 is 80,
Yeah.
plus the 20 bonus you get, I think.
No, that's
Oh.
with the
That-
20
that's-
Oh,
bonus
okay,
added
okay,
in.
so an 80. So
he
in
doesn't
that,
have a 66 natural
maybe.
magic skill.
okay, so an 80
Self-apprentice.
versus its armor class, you strike it against the dirt, it does 2 points of damage.
I didn't do much.
Well,
Injured it.
you injured it, yes, but dart is, I mean, by its nature of being a casting number 0, it's one of the weakest spells out there. I mean, it's like, here's a bee sting type stuff. Now, with a successful attack roll and a really powerful spellcast roll, it can do some serious damage. I mean, can certainly distract them. In this case, it didn't do much against the dirt.
Okay.
Okay, the creature lashes out at Giselle this time.
Uh-oh.
What is your defense? And do you remember how that's done?
Nope.
Okay. So your defense, I believe, was 3. I don't know if you're injured, however.
My defense was 3.
Yes.
I haven't gone below the
25%? Okay. So then you should still have your 3 plus anything you want to parry.
and my parry was
Your weapon skill with your choice of weapon. Pull on.
so 34.
34. Okay, so 37 if you go full defense.
Okay.
Okay? That's what you want to do?
Yep.
Okay. So 37 is math.
Auto fail.
No.
It's gonna be sad if you kill off the apprentice.
Okay, it strikes you for a 9A. So 9 points of damage. And the A is a precision strike to your arm, disarms you, sends your halberd flying, and breaks your weapon hand. You take 8 hits,
8 more.
8 more hits. You have 2 rounds of stunned without parry. And anything using your hands is at a minus 25.
Well,
So basically, you're sitting there, you cast your spell, you shoot a dart at it, it responds by backhanding your hand, sending your halberd flying off into the wilderness, cracking the fingers in your hand at the same time. and stunning you in the process. Over at the ledge,
And I can use a resilience point to negate all that?
you can use a resilience point to ignore the stun.
You could burn a fate to say you actually dodged the strike.
You could, if that's what you
And if
choose
you want to
to.
do a permanent burn.
Right. The fate
That's up
thing
to
is
you.
fate is permanent. Yeah, that doesn't come back. The resilience, you can ignore the stun, or you could ignore the broken bone for a round. That's about the only options.
Usually with the permanent resilience, you can ignore the critical, usually in Warhammer. It's when you suffer a critical wound, you could ignore it, burning that permanent
Okay.
equivalent. It's either you choose the dice roll or you burn it to ignore the thing.
I would say I'm fine with burning the permanent resilience to ignore that entire injury for the rest of the fight,
Okay.
for the scene,
Okay.
but it's still there.
Okay.
That would probably make more sense as far as these mechanics.
Okay.
Okay. Over at the ledge, you see the flames are starting to work their way further up the stone. It's rock. You're not really sure how or why it's burning, but there's quite a bit of smoke billowing out of it. The creature on the ledge turns and cries out an alarm, and starts looking around frantically, trying to figure out something to do.
Okay.
She seems to be rather distressed about the stone burning.
Good.
Or
That's
what would you
That's
do?
good. I was worried that she was actually casting that wearing this big spell.
Good. I hope she is.
She puts a firewall on you.
It's possible.
Erdem, what would you like to do? Giselle just got her hand broken,
I know.
which is going to limit her spellcasting capabilities.
How long does that broken hand last for?
However long a broken hand lasts for.
I can wrap it up.
You can. It will still be
I'll be
broken.
good.
It'll be broken for a while.
I'm tough.
Ben's character has a broken arm through the last 2 sessions. William started the campaign. They got into a bar fight, and the guy they were fighting pulled a gun and shot him across the head.
He was so much yesterday.
And
And it ricocheted off his skull.
it
and
rico-
that's the
it-
only
it-
reason he lived.
Well, that was the only reason he lived, and he dealt with a festering infected wound and all the other drawbacks of it for a good couple of weeks in the game. I mean, again, it's Middle Ages science and medicine level, so.
I think we're gonna channel again.
Okay. So you've got plus 14.
Yep. That is a 118.
Okay.
Onto the channel, so 22.
22.
Yeah, 22 in the bank then.
Okay. So the magic seems to be somewhat resistant right now.
Do I have any bonuses with magic fire?
No, not currently. Giselle.
Was the body smoldering next to me?
No.
No. Oh.
Is that firewall still
Oh,
in
well, I
effect?
mean, the firewall's going.
Oh yeah, it has to be in blaze conditions. It can't just be.
I would think that would still qualify.
Okay, then 32 in the bank.
Okay.
So I can't cast spells at all,
You can at minus 25.
and I don't have anything. Can I move on the other side of the firewall?
You absolutely could. Well, first thing is you had 2 rounds of stun without parry. First one goes away before your action starts. On your action, then you're stunned without parry, which means the only thing you can do is stand there and look shocked at the creature. So you can make an endurance test and see if you can temporarily overcome it just naturally. You fight through the pain.
Okay.
Okay, so roll versus your endurance skill.
Good luck.
No. Okay, so all you're doing is standing there unless you opt to spend a resilience point, the short-term ones, at which point you can ignore the penalty for the round.
The resilience ones come back,
Yes, just like fortune.
and then I can move.
Then you're free to act however you wish. You still have the other penalties.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, and then you said you wanted to move behind the wall of fire.
Yes.
Okay, and then what did you want to do? Just hang out back there. Nerves in your hand. Okay.
Wish George luck.
Yes, good luck, guy. It's all you. Okay, the creature goes ahead and smacks at you. What's your defense currently?
48.
Four-
No, 38.
38?
Yep.
Hey, Perry?
Can you cast through a firewall?
Sure.
Why don't you move on the other side of the firewall?
Because he's been casting. 28 you said? 38. 38. Okay, so... He strikes you for a 7A.
You've actually hurt this thing.
So far, you're not doing all that great in the hurting it. Strikes you in the abdomen. You bend over and throw up. You take 4 hits and 2 rounds of stun without parry.
Guess I'm burning that up temporarily. Get another heal because I need it now.
Okay. At this point, the stone is fully engulfed in flames, and the smoke is black and billowing out of the top of it. The glow from it is still continuing. The creature runs down here towards the water, and that is its action. So, Erden, what would you like to do?
I guess I would like to try to cast Cauterize. Heal myself again because
Okay.
I have to burn. Well, first I have to roll the endurance.
Right.
so-
Roll your endurance first to see if you can act normally.
Endurance. I actually succeed with a 98.
Okay. So you manage to shake off the pain for now.
And I guess I'll try to do it. So I have the +10 with the wall.
Yep.
Okay. Then a -20 because of the injury. So that would be. I'll burn a fortune so it just passes.
Okay. To give it an extra 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do 10 wins. Whoop! I healed 10 with 10 hit points.
You rolled a 2.
Yes. Whoop.
Okay. The flames aren't quite coming as strong, but you pull some of the wall of flame over to yourself to singe your wounds close. Giselle, what would you like to do?
Take one of those healing drops.
Okay. That heals your toughness bonus in health. So, what is your toughness?
34.
34. So you heal 3, which is the equivalent of 15 hit points. Did you want to move or do anything else?
No.
Okay. Okay. Creature continues to batter you.
Okay.
Even though you're healing somewhat as fast as it's doing damage. What's your defense?
38.
38?
Got past the -20, but not the -10.
Yeah, it doesn't come close that time.
Oh yeah.
It's distracted by all that fire on you, and I'm not sure I want to hit you. Over at the other side, the stone, like I said, is fully engulfed in flames at this point. Dark black smoke pouring off into the sky. The tree creature reaches down into the water, attempting to grab some water in its spindly hands. Doesn't seem to be able to hold much of it. And you see the creature start to smoke as well, almost like it's starting to smolder and burn.
Okay.
Okay, Erden, what would you like to do?
I will.
The pile of grass doesn't seem to be affected by any of those.
Okay. I would like to.
Throw a match on it.
Step back. I'm tempted
Stick
to
a match in it.
step back and attempt to cast Cauterize just straight off.
Just straight off on yourself?
Yep.
Okay.
I will use a reroll.
All out for for the bird yourself?
Well, good news is I cast it off, but I also get a minor miscast. So because I
Doubled?
I doubled.
Okay.
So it goes off, but I get a minor miscast. So
Okay.
What's that mean?
Means
Double.
doubles. If
If
he
you roll doubles?
succeeds on the cast, but it's a double, it does other random things. Some good, some bad, in the nature of the fact that the spell happened.
so I heal 35 hit points. So I'm fully healed, but then the miscast goes out, and I gain like 7 more corruption or something.
Possibly.
Mutate grows third arm.
That might be useful. Just hide it.
Okay. Where would it be?
I can find it here.
Yeah, find the table for me real quick.
Yep. Here you go.
Okay.
The minor miscast.
And then give me a percentile roll.
Yep, let's
Go for the 100.
No, go for the 1. Oh. Can I re-roll this?
Nope.
88.
88.
Is it double again? What does that mean?
There is no visible effect.
Woo!
Well,
That's alright.
That's not always good. That's not always good.
Oh, it means there's an effect, but
You
Yeah.
don't know what
What
it
it
is.
is.
Yep.
There's always an effect.
Okay. Giselle.
I'm gonna pull out the magic section, not looking at the.
Okay.
Just the rest.
That's fine.
After the session, roll for the corruption table. If you rolled an 88, you gain 1 random mutation.
I'm just gonna stay back behind the firewall.
And just hide there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take them all alone.
I don't know what else to do.
Okay. The creature moves up and takes another strike at you.
Good news is I have 48.
48. Okay,
Yep.
you're back to full.
I'm full healed.
Okay. You can take it all day. This is working just fine for you. Oh, it's not going to hit you very hard if it hits you. 48. Uh, 2 points.
2 points.
Mm-hmm.
Could I see the halberd table? Kind of want to see it.
Oh, you're going to pull your halberd out? Oh,
Wow, I guess I have my staff. I'm going to use the staff.
okay.
Gotta figure out what it does eventually.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
Staff has reach, maybe? No. Try the 7 feet. I think it would have reach.
No. Bits of flame erupt on the wood creature on the far side. Counting it as an ablaze thing if it's within range. Hurt him.
Check that. It's willpower bonus yards, so yes, I'm pretty sure.
No, willpower bonus yards?
Oh, yeah.
That's only like 3 or 4 yards. You have to be right next to it.
Yeah, it's 4 yards. Okay, so.
That's 2 squares.
So
Stay
now-
near the wall, although I think the wall might be out at this point.
Maybe.
This is round 11, so it
Probably.
would have been at least 5 rounds thus far. So
Okay.
the wall fades away.
There you go, there's your protection gun.
Giselle says, "Uh-oh."
I guess I'm gonna channel.
Okay.
No hitting the sticks. Gotta use fire. And I shall channel.
Go crazy with the magic. Unsuccessful?
No, I got 9 points in the bank.
9 points. There you go. Giselle, what would you like to do?
Stronger winds of magic just from the general area.
No.
Okay.
It has not changed in the last 6 seconds.
Can I try and find the halberd?
You
Is it
can.
easily
It's
found?
sure. It's a big 8-foot pole. It's basically at the creature's feet, like laying in the water from where it knocked it out of your hands.
It's corrupted halberd now.
That's right. That's wet.
That's a cursed halberd.
Let me try channeling too, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead. Start channeling. You do have a minus 25 because of your broken hand, plus any other penalties you have due to your hit points.
And it's a minus 25 off of the intelligence?
Yes.
Plus any other penalties.
How many total hit points have you taken in damage?
Oh. Yeah, I'm down.
You should be at least down the negative
I'm down
25.
22.
You're down 22 out of your total
55.
55. So you're not at half yet, but you're below 75%. So you got minus 10 for that and minus 25 for the broken hand. So 35 off of your skill.
And don't fail by minus 6 because that's also a miscast.
That's okay.
And don't roll any doubles either because that's a miscast.
Anything else? How about I just don't roll?
Well,
So I got 0 zeros and a 2.
002. Okay, so that's a 2.
So
So
can I
that's
use
open it. You can use a fortune point to re-roll because the 2 is open-ended low, which means you roll again and subtract.
Okay.
So it's going to
So how do you get 100?
000. All zeros.
All zeros is
All
100?
zeros is 100.
Okay.
Right, just blows up.
I can channel.
I can't do anything. No.
No? Are you
So I
interested?
got a 40.
You rolled a 40 plus your intelligence minus 35.
Which is 50.
51. Okay. Would you like a dark deal?
No.
Okay.
I have more fortune points.
Okay.
Good news is you didn't fumble.
You did not fumble. You only failed it by 4 levels technically.
Yeah.
So you're okay. The creature, however, undaunted, almost emboldened by the flame going down, steps forward and then strikes at Erdem.
Okay. 48.
48. Striking you for an 8A.
Break your head, you're dead.
He kicks at you, doing 5 hits and stunned.
For one round?
One round.
Okay.
So irrelevant. Over on the creature, the flames continue to spread. It runs over in this direction. Erden, what would you like to do?
I will attempt to continue channeling.
Okay.
Didn't channel anything.
Didn't channel anything?
Yeah.
Okay. Giselle?
I have a dagger. Can I try using the dagger?
Sure, you can step up and try to stab it. Okay. So now the question I have for you, do you want to use your broken hand at minus 25 or your left hand that you're not ambidextrous at minus 20?
The left hand.
Okay. So
5 more points.
So whatever your dagger skill, which should be your weapon skill plus any basic melee.
Okay.
Okay. That skill minus 5 for, or minus 20 for the offhand, minus 10 for your hit points.
And this one is the same thing where you have a chance of
Miscasting?
basically
No.
critically failing.
Every weapon or attack has a chance of critically failing if you roll really bad. Normally you just miss.
Okay.
And I will tell you what you get on them.
100 and let's see, 15 plus 108.
108, that's pretty good. She leaps forward with her knife, stabbing deep into the dirt for 3 points. That's right, she stabbed it. It doesn't bleed any dirt. Okay. The creature strikes back at Giselle. What's your defense? Should be 0 at this point because you're low on hit points.
Yeah.
And then if you want to parry any, you can.
I'll parry.
Okay, now you're using your knife, so what's your current effective knife skill?
Will be basic.
But what you just used for your attack?
Minus no penalties.
All the same penalties apply, just whatever.
It was 15.
15 net, so.
With all the penalties.
Right, so you can add 15 points to your defense with the knife, and next round you just don't have any bonuses. Or you can take it and hope he doesn't hit you very hard.
I'll use the parry.
15? Okay. So. He didn't hit you very hard.
It's only a 15E.
That's right. No, it's 5 points of damage. Okay. The creature runs off into the trees.
Like it should.
Erdem.
So, how many times have we hit the sod monster?
4.
4 times?
For negligible damage.
I guess I'll continue trying to channel.
Can't we just run past it? There's no attack of opportunities, right?
Maybe we could.
I mean, that lady's gone. We're not going to fall off in the water.
So how does movement work? Because I never move usually.
You never move?
Usually. So how does movement
Normally you put one foot in front of the other,
Oh,
and it
yes,
carries your
but-
body with you.
So is it 4 squares?
It's 2 yards per square. Whatever your move stat is how many squares you go.
Okay.
Where's your move stat? Oh, here it is. I see.
So the mouse should stop lagging. Go here,
Okay?
and then try the channel.
And then try what?
channel?
Okay.
Because I guess I could be using my move in action.
You could.
Ooh, I think I actually channeled something for once. That is a 43 points in the channeling.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Okay. Giselle, what would you like to do?
I'm going to move my full fork on the opposite side of the...
Like here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a move. Now you have a standard action. An attack, a spell, something else, or you can move again if you want.
I'll move again
Okay?
Where you going?
onto the bridge.
Okay.
And bridge collapses.
And the creature goes in and strikes at you. What's your defense?
48?
40. You go parry?
No.
Okay.
Kind of need that for spells.
You do. 48 is... Hit you for a 10B.
Take 20 hit points. Well,
yeah.
I guess I'm using my spellcasting and healing again.
It smacks you in the... you duck down. It ducks down, strikes you across the thigh, leaving a bruise, 6 hits, and 2 rounds of stun.
Okay.
And with that, the creature crumbles into dirt and loose grass and collapses.
Loser. Okay.
What would you guys like to do?
Could I use my channeling to cauterize?
Sure.
Because I have it, and I was going to use a fireball next round, but then it died. Oh, it's a good thing I have that much points in cauterize. I'm not sure if I succeeded, though. Oh, that's... With the channel with 64 plus my skill of 64, 128 minus 10. So yeah, I didn't succeed, so I used the channeling pool for nothing.
Okay. So you did not succeed on the spell? Okay. Okay. What would you guys like to do?
Does the bridge look sturdy?
It does. Looks like it's a naturally grown tree or something that's fallen over.
I'm going to retrieve her halberd so she doesn't lose it in the
Doesn't
water.
forget it? Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. So she ran off that way?
Yes.
Do we want to? And there's a cave up there, correct?
There, not a cave. There's shadows and everything, brightly lit from the thing that's burning.
I want to check out the stone. Like, is it still burning?
Yes.
Can I tell, like, what type? Like, is it magic burning? Is it, like...
It feels really hot.
Is it magical?
There is quite a bit of magic that you can sense from the stone itself.
Okay.
That seems to be fading, however.
Okay. Is there anything else up top here?
Not that you're able to find.
Okay. Let's chase after that plane creature. I'm gonna drink one of the healing drops so I'm not at -10.
Okay.
And probably go after her.
Okay. Light source there. Okay, so you guys move off into the forest, following her in that direction.
Having Giselle with her nature eyes look for the trail.
That's right. Well, you don't have to go very far. She didn't get much further into the trees. You find the smoldering remnants of what looks like a burnt out log at this point, laying in the ground, or laying on the ground. Still burning, still hot from the embers. But it looks like the whole thing. It looks like a log that's been subjected to intense flame for a night.
Just like an average log?
Well, I mean, it has arms. And the shape is still very
okay, the
similar
shape's
to that
still
of the
there.
creature, but where the body used to be, it's now just a burnt out ash hull or husk.
Is there like anything of significance while studying the body?
Give me a perception roll.
Well, my perception is terrible. Nope. Saw nothing with a 17.
Okay.
Do I take penalty on that too?
Due to injury, yes, not due to your broken hand.
And it's negative -20?
Mm-hmm.
You failed to spot the loot bag. Venture. Wasted.
No? Okay, yeah, the only thing of note on her is in the center of the burnt wood is looks like about 6 inches long sliver of some sort of dark red stone.
Okay.
Looks sort of like a crystal like thing, maybe about that long or so. Very narrow, comes to a very sharp point.
Can I pry it out with my dagger?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's almost just laying in the ash at this point, where the wood around it has burnt away.
Does it appear to be... You have evaluate. Why don't you use your evaluate skill?
Okay.
Because she actually started with evaluate.
Yes.
That's a -22?
Yeah.
It's your intelligence bonus also.
Yeah.
Oh, so you get the skill bonus plus
Uh-huh.
intelligence?
Plus the stat.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. That's not so bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. The only part distracting you right now is just all that intense pain your body's feeling.
135.
Okay. Appears to be some sort of ruby or material along those lines. Probably worth something to a specialist. You'd estimate maybe 50 gold. I mean, it's fairly sizable if it remains intact, obviously. But it looks like a cut ruby almost.
I got a pouch. I'll put it in.
Okay.
Alright. Is there anything else about the body?
No.
Is like the head still like recognizable as like a humanoid facial features?
No, not really.
Not really.
With it not moving, it looks very much like just a natural tree. I mean, you could certainly make a claim of, hey, the knots here sort of look like a head, but no more so than any other natural tree.
Okay. Okay. Assuming we got everything here, I guess go back up to the ledge and investigate thoroughly.
Okay. You guys head back up there. The stone, like I said, looks like just a piece of granite that is encoded or inscribed with several large runes carved into the stone. The entire thing is burning. I mean, it's a 15-foot bonfire. So the heat is very intense, and you can't seem to get close to it because of the heat.
I would like to cast.
Is that cave a pathway, or is it
There's no cave up there. There's just ledges and things
Okay.
like that.
I would like to channel and then cast my Aguish's Aegis, which makes me immune to all fire damage and gives me ward against breath attacks from fire.
Okay, let's see if you can do that.
So this is the channeling first,
Okay.
because it's an expensive spell with CN. That is not even a success on the channel. I'll channel again. We're gonna be here for a while because that's the same roll.
Okay.
So.
Well, no, you're concentrating. It's a hard spell. You said at the beginning.
That's the same roll again.
As
29.
long as you're not rolling super low, you're fine.
Oh, that's a super roll. I'll use my last fortune point because that was a 9. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a fumble, would it? No, it wouldn't be a fumble.
It has to be below a 50.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a fumble because my skill is 64.
Okay.
That's another 9. I'm using different dice. That's a 27 also.
So
What
for
are
the
you
next,
saying? You're not
so
doing
for the
better.
next minute or so, he stands here attempting to channel.
Do I get a bonus with the fire?
Not for the channeling.
It's all fire. Well, all spells. But okay. Okay. There you go. That's a 54. So that's something.
You get a slight bit of it.
I think I get 28.
28?
If I'm doing it correctly. Math? No.
Math, I'm
18.
sorry. 18?
18.
Okay. So you channel for a minute and get a plus 18.
I'll just cast it down.
Okay.
Worst case, I'll channel some more. Nope. Didn't
Well,
pass the darn thing.
How far down did you fail
No,
the spell?
I didn't minus 6 up. I have 64, so that would be an 84 plus the 18, so it would be a 102.
Okay.
And it's a CN 5.
Okay. So you at least just failed the spell. So, but at this point, the flames
Okay.
are starting to die down somewhat.
Okay.
You'd estimate maybe another 10 minutes or so before it's cool enough to at least approach. I don't know if you can cast the spell faster than that or not.
Let's find out. Let's channel again.
Okay.
Oh, that's right there is a 99. So, but I do have the section of channeling, so I don't minor miscast this.
Okay.
So, I get
That's a 99.
yeah. So I have to roll again, don't I? Okay. That's a 59 there too. So that's
158 plus your bonus.
158 plus my 64 bonus.
So 220.
It's 20.
So you got a 120 bonus.
There you go. I think I can
Man,
cast a
yeah.
spell.
Yes, you can. One.
Use your low rolling dice.
It is succeeded. I got a 3. So I have
No,
to
you gotta roll
lower.
again.
Yep. That's an 88.
So you got a negative 85
Negative 85
plus 120
plus 120.
is positive 140.
140 plus my
No. No, 120 plus 80 is plus 40.
plus
So 40 plus your bonus.
So that's a 104.
So
I
after all
failed
that,
this again.
after all that, you still failed the spell. So, over the course of 10 minutes or so, he attempts several times to cast the spell, and something obviously is blocking his abilities because he cannot get his fire spells to cooperate. About that time, when he finally gives up, and you guys realize that you can approach the runes fairly normally at this point.
One
The
spell.
flames are gone, other than a dark black char all over the stone. The glow of it is gone. The heat is almost almost completely gone. That fades fairly quickly. It doesn't look like the stone is damaged in any way, other than it's covered with ash and soot. But it doesn't look like the stone actually burned. It just was engulfed in flames.
Is the rune still there?
The runes are still there. They're carved into it, but they're no longer glowing.
Okay.
We can't tell what the runes are.
They're runes of magic, presumably, but you don't know anything beyond that.
Could I read them?
No. They don't. They're in a language you don't understand.
Darn magic. Well, I had the roll was decent, and I didn't even roll that.
He did describe heavily how not to cast spells and channel for you, so you have that lesson.
Is there anything else there? Is there like pressing on the stone any hidden levers stuff?
Not that you're able to detect. It feels like just a piece of rock.
Okay. Was there a cave behind the waterfall?
No.
Is there a path down further on the map?
Yeah, you said that we were following the foot trail and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is
The
there
foot trail came to here,
Okay.
came to this area, and then the trails just sort of disappear, like they all scattered around.
Okay. If I follow one of the foot trails, they like lead it to a base of a tree.
Yes.
Okay.
They lead to either clusters of mushrooms, some of the larger trees, sections of the grass.
So they turned into trees.
Is over there a path
No.
leading out?
No, there's no visible paths that you can tell from here.
So we gotta go traipse back through the mushrooms to get out of here?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna figure out how to save the people. It's the whole reason we came here.
To save the townspeople?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have any anti-tree stuff except fire.
I didn't think that's why we were coming here, but okay. I thought we were just moving along.
No.
Just randomly traveling down the road.
Oh. Can I say that ruby's magical?
Does seem to have magic.
Could I use my detect artifact to try to sense its purpose?
Nope.
No.
You can detect magic with it.
Wait, it's a blind intuition roll to see what I believe its purpose was, or magically was. My intuition is a 39. I don't get to know its abilities or anything, but what its purpose might have been.
No.
Okay.
Your intuition doesn't help you.
Try to use that talent as much as I can.
That's good. With a 39, it might help you every now and then.
So we got a magic ruby. Looking at the trees, are like any doors to the tree?
No, there's no doors in the trees.
Is there any areas up here on this rock where that ruby would fit into?
No. No, there doesn't seem to be any crevices or anything like that.
How big's the ruby?
Like I said, it's about 6 inches long. Larger at one end, comes to a sharp point at the other.
Is there any markings on the trees around where?
Maybe like poke a tree with the ruby.
Okay.
Okay. You stab a tree with the ruby.
branches do anything?
There's no markings on any of the other trees or anything to.
They look like trees.
So how do we know it's the town people?
Well, there's boot prints going up to the tree, and there's no more boot prints. Is there anyone in the trees?
Anyone in the trees? No, none that you see. They're not like sitting on the
Maybe-
branch watching you.
Maybe the Fae ate the townspeople. Maybe they're not here. Maybe they didn't turn into trees. Maybe they turned into the grass people.
It's possible too.
We could go back out the other way and see if the grass people that were out there are still.
Want to fight grass people?
No, I don't want to fight them. I want to see if they're all dead.
Finish this combat. Let's fight some more.
I want to see if the
She's an
Fae
eager apprentice.
bursting into flames and dying killed all of them.
And there's no like loose gear or any personal like.
Correct.
Nothing like that. What are the birds doing? They just still flying around?
Mm-hmm.
What's my sparrow doing?
Sparrow's still hopping along with you.
Okay.
Saying it's acting like you're its best buddy.
I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna hope it's gonna
Are
work.
the waters still
I would
enchanted?
I would like the spook it to know where it goes.
You like
It-
scare the bird?
Yes. See
Okay.
where it goes.
Sure.
Attempt this strategy.
I don't think you need to intimidate it because it's a bird. Sure, you spook the bird. It flutters away up onto one of the trees, lands on a branch, looks at you.
Okay.
After a couple of rounds, it flies back down next to you.
Okay. What color was the tree?
Brown.
Oh, it was a brown tree. Of course, all changing colors, so that doesn't matter.
Not sure where
Does
you're
the
going with
water
that.
still appear the same? Like it's
Yes, the
enchanted and
water still seems very clear.
Want to taste it?
You want to taste it?
No. Spells do I have?
So I can't cast a good enough spell, really. But what is this animal friend spell? Like, could I talk to the sparrow?
It's what I have.
It's
on
what
the
he
sparrow.
has. It makes the sparrow your friend. Can't talk to him or anything, but he's friendly.
Yeah.
It makes a small animal approach you.
It's mainly in case we come across like a pack of wolves, or like one case we came across a guard dog. I charmed the dog and stuff.
Yeah.
Or just for these types of situations where I need like a rat and spook it and see where it goes. I would like to thoroughly search the stone ledge for any secrets.
Okay.
I would say a couple hours. Like,
Okay.
I want to like thoroughly search this place, look for any ancient writings and stuff.
Okay.
And I would probably like to, with my 20 sheets of paper, do like a
Rubbing of the runes?
rubbing of the stone.
Okay. No problem. You can easily get a copy of the runes and everything, marked down, written down, etc. You spend a couple of hours searching the place. There are no secret panels, openings, movable rocks, anything like that you're able to locate. About the biggest thing you notice is over the course of the next couple of hours, the blues and purples of the glade start to fade and turn more towards the oranges and reds of autumn. Leaves start to fall, and so forth. The shine in the river fades as well from the stones and things like that underneath it. The water still seems fresh and clean, but everything else is slowly, rapidly decaying and or fading as if fall is approaching rapidly with it.
Should we wait here a little bit longer and see if townsfolk start popping out of nowhere from mushrooms and stuff? that works, or like if I go to one of the bases of the trees, if I dig a little bit, do I see like a hand or something?
How are you going to dig?
A boot.
My hand or something. The stick, the magical stick.
Okay, you dig with the stick. No, you don't find any boots or hands or anything like that. The tree already seems to be rapidly rotting and fading, like it's much more of a ancient tree at this point. The leaves have all started to fall fairly heavily, covering the ground, and the branches are starting to droop a bit, and that sort of thing. But no, there's no sign of a body or anything like that.
If we take the ruby, how easy is it to inscribe something in stone?
With the ruby,
Yes.
pretty hard.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to cut the stone in any way.
I didn't know if it was like an engraving tool for rubies.
No, does not seem to do that. I mean, you scratch it, you're more concerned that you're going to damage the ruby than the stone.
Does it fit in the little cage?
Does it fit in the little cage of the
Of the-
staff?
yeah.
No. Too long for that. So you guys got a couple hours left before sunset.
How
If
many
you plan to
days do
stay
we
here,
have until the barge shows up?
it was going to be back in 2 days.
2 days. So if we stay here the night and we rush back to town, will we be able to make it?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
Depending on when during the day it comes by.
Okay. Well, we're also along the river, so if we see it along the way, we could also say, "Hey, stop." Maybe.
Well, it doesn't come up the Western River.
Oh, we took a different river?
Yeah, you guys went west
Okay.
from town.
Okay. That's fine. I guess we'll stay here, and I want to like investigate as much as I can of the area. I guess I try my best. Skills are not good, so
Okay, so you guys make camp here. You gonna sleep the night here at in the glade?
Yep.
Okay.
On the stone platform.
Okay.
Next to the
Next to the evil runes.
yes.
Okay. So you guys make camp here. Over the course of the day, like I said, the trees rapidly wilt, fade, crumble, etc. By the time the moon starts to rise, basically the trees are bare. All the leaves have fallen. Everything else is down, and the trees are rapidly like leaning over or collapsing. Throughout the night, you hear strange noises from the forest, just cracks and creaks and things like that. Nothing seems to accost you, but by morning, you wake up and the forest and the trees are all basically gone, returning it to at this point a fairly barren, rocky landscape in the hillside, with only the barest pieces here and there still indicating there was any remnants of this glade. Far to the south, or sorry, far to the east, you see what looks like a black cloud on the horizon.
Just like what direction of town is that from?
You guys,
Is-
here it comes up. You can do it, computer.
go to like a college or the type thing, you can sell a magic item. Is that a thing?
Sure. There's always
Okay.
people willing to buy magic items.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as much as I want to keep all these magic items, I need to get stuff to level up. And I doubt
That's
the group.
F5 on the keyboard.
'Cause I doubt the group is going to give me 70 gold for a horse.
Yeah. I think they might.
No. They're always going to find other stuff.
You guys are up there.
Does it look like the storm cloud's in the direction of Rockford?
Yes.
Okay.
Doesn't look like storm clouds.
Okay. Is there like a big gust of winds and magic?
No.
Okay. I would assume we start heading to Rockford if there's nothing of note. That we spent several hours searching the area.
Yeah, you've searched the entire area. At this point, it looks, I mean, by morning, it looks just like a fairly rough but pleasant enough spring coming out of the rocks, which turns into a river that goes downhill towards Rockford.
Okay.
Okay.
Did I use all 20 papers for the revenue?
We'll say you used 4 of them. So you guys are heading down the river?
Rockford.
Hold on. Hello? It doesn't matter to me. If you want to, you can, but if not, it's not a big deal. It's up to you. I'm not worried about it either way. Okay? Okay. Okay, so you guys make your way back to Rockford?
I believe so.
Is the plan? Okay. You guys head that way. It takes about just a little under 2 days to get there. As you get closer, you see progressively the black clouds or black on the horizon. About half a day out or so, it looks more like smoke and smoke fundamentally. Big cloud of black smoke hovering over the area where Rockford is at the river.
Okay.
Okay. For the last day or so, you've been walking past vineyards. Those appear to have been burned. All the vineyards have been destroyed. The little houses, the one that you stayed at, has been burnt down as well. All of it seems to have been damaged and destroyed. You guys reach Rockford. The town itself is still burning. There are flames actively there. Not like a huge bonfire engulfed in flames at this point, but it has obviously been burned and destroyed. The buildings are still smoking and so forth. In the distance, you see the winery where the healer was. There is a sizable force of what looks like soldiers out front of it, carrying torches, actively burning the vineyard, being directed by a guy with a wide brim pointed hat. The villagers that were in the vineyard look like they have been crucified and burnt at the stake. including, from what you can see, looks like the healer that was there as well.
And up north we go.
Okay. So you guys going into Rotfurt, or?
No. We're just going to. How many are there? Just curious.
How
Is
many?
this where
What
we
soldiers?
started?
Sort of.
I'm sorry. What was your question?
How many are there?
How many soldiers?
Yeah.
Looks like maybe 24.
Does the dude look like the same person on that carriage ride?
He looks similarly dressed, but doesn't look to be the same guy.
Okay.
They have what looks like a military skiff out at the docks, where they have some other soldiers, and they're currently cleansing the entire area.
Okay, so we're just gonna go north. We're not gonna go into Rockford.
You're gonna bypass the whole city.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't deal with witch hunters. As wizards, witch hunters are against
Okay.
wizards.
So you guys bypass it without much difficulty.
Okay.
They're not being very subtle or anything. And then you follow the river somewhat. After about another day, you see Jake on the boat,
Okay.
paddling his way upriver. I assume you wave him down.
Yeah.
Okay. And then ride the boat back to Grunberg.
Okay.
Okay. And what, from there you guys resume your coach ride, or what do you want to do?
We'll probably report to the Sigmarite priest that we successfully have burnt the town of Rockford to the ground. But
You-
no,
Did we successfully burn it? to the
no,
ground?
the witch hunters have successfully burned it to the ground. But report what we found there and what
Okay,
happened.
you gonna give him a full reporting of everything you found?
Probably. Leave out the ruby thing. But yeah, report everything.
Okay.
And he can keep his cash because he needs it.
Okay. He sounds very distressed, and very interested or curious about the events that you guys described. He said, "Yeah, it wasn't a day or two after you guys left. A military force came to town and went south. Apparently headed in the same direction. So he's not surprised that they took matters into their own hands. From a Sigmarite standpoint, down with mutants, etc. So he keeps his other shilling.
I
That is
left
what
him
they-
3.
Okay. So
I only took 2 for the boat ride down.
okay. So what are you guys gonna do at that point?
All we got was a ruby.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Does the ruby look like a needle?
Yes. Sort of, or more like a elongated teardrop, I guess.
Like, if I take it to the water and put it in the water, does it absorb water?
No.
No?
It gets wet.
Oh, yeah. But... Okay, and then a mystery.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we just go on our coach ride. Is there a major outpost here in Grunberg of wizards or
No.
Okay. When would be the closest town that has a
Altdorf.
Altdorf? In Nuln, probably.
Nuln would have, yeah.
No Cumberbatch.
Are these
No.
roads or rivers?
Rivers.
Rivers.
And then the dotted ones are roads. Okay, I guess we're going to Diestorf.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of something that we need to do, but I honestly can't think of it. Anything.
Okay.
we didn't get a lot. So
Okay. So you guys hop on the coach and continue on?
yeah.
Okay. So we will stop at this point and then be able to blend you guys in with the rest of the group at that point.